Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and I'm one of the teachers working with the Chinese Canadian National Council for Social Justice. In this video series, we will be learning about racism and how it affects the Chinese community and also others like the Black and Indigenous community too. We will also be talking about how we can fight racism together. Be sure to check out our other videos and infographics for more learning. In this video, we will be talking about the impacts of racism. How does racism hurt people? Racism hurts in many ways. Some people get hurt physically, and others, they can get hurt emotionally. They may feel angry or sad, embarrassed, frustrated, worried, and even lonely. Racism can make people feel afraid. They may not want to talk to others, and they may even have trouble sleeping at night. At school, students can have a hard time focusing on their learning because they're so busy feeling these emotions. For some people, racism has caused them to not like themselves and to not like others from their own race. When this happens, this is called internalized racism. Okay, let's break down that word some more. For the word internalized, think internal or inside. Someone who has internalized racism is feeling the hurt deep inside themselves. They may feel embarrassed to speak their own language, or they may not want to bring lunch or snacks from their own culture to school. Internalized racism can make someone start hating their own skin color, hair, and eyes. In the Asian community, internalized racism has made some Asians look down on others who speak with an accent or who have just arrived in Canada. Here are some words that Asians use to describe each other. These words are examples of internalized racism. Let's take a look at why. The first word is the word fob or fobby. The letters FOB stand for fresh off the boat. It's used to describe someone who's just arrived to Canada. Calling someone fob or fobby can be hurtful because it can make them feel like they don't belong in Canada just because they don't follow Canadian or North American culture. Another word that Asians use to describe each other is the word banana. It's used to describe someone who is yellow or Asian on the outside and white on the inside. The color yellow refers to the skin color of Asian people. Now, remember, this was decided by those who wanted to have power over others. The color white refers to Canadian or North American culture. When we call someone a banana, it hurts because it assumes that someone doesn't know their own culture. Another word that's used in the Chinese community is the word joksing. Now, joksing is a Cantonese term, and it literally translates to the word bamboo. If you think of the bamboo plant, it's hollow on the inside. So, when the word bamboo is used to describe a person, it means that they are yellow or Asian on the outside and hollow or empty on the inside. You can imagine how that feels, right? These kinds of thoughts can make a person feel really bad about themselves. Racism can hurt a person's confidence, and it can also hurt how they feel about their own race, culture, and ethnicity. Even if racism has never happened to you, it can still have an impact. You may not feel safe in places where you used to, and you might be worried that racism may happen to your friends or family or other people you care about. It's normal to feel cautious and even a little bit scared when it comes to racism. But being aware is really important because it allows us to protect ourselves and protect others. Remember, when we learn to see racism when it's happening and we understand how racism makes other people feel, then we can join in the fight against racism together. Stay tuned for our next video in the series. Fighting racism, it isn't always easy. In this video, we will talk about the challenges of fighting racism, but also how we can respond to it.